Hi guys, it's Leslie and welcome back to my channel. Like a short recent reads type thing because I don't know when I'm going to film again and I wanted to get some thoughts out, which is probably bad because that means I'm just giving all of my thoughts without like ruminating on them a little bit, but that's okay. We'll go with the like quicker one first, which is I read, I think since the last time I filmed, I didn't talk about either of those, but I read Anne of Avonlea, which is the second book in like the Anne of Green Gables sort of series, and I also read Anne of the Island, which is the third. And you guys, it's just so good. It's so good. I love all the characters. It's so sweet. I do listen to them on audiobook, and I think that helps because it's like watching a movie or listening to a radio show or something, because the voice acting is really good and it just makes you feel connected to the characters, like you know them, or I don't know, they just feel very real to me, which is how, at least how I think of it. Like I find myself smiling, I found myself like teared up with sad parts. And just Ellen Montgomery's writing, like she just knows how to capture your thoughts into like a very distinct sentence or quote, and I love it. I seriously recommend Anne of Green Gables. I did not read it as a child or as a little kid, so it's just lovely now as an adult, especially as I've said in previous videos that the griminess of the world really gets to me. So reading things like Anne of Green Gables that is like sugar in a book, like it's just so sweet, it's worth it to me. And I, 5 stars for all of them, highly recommend. Looking forward to reading more in summer. We're gonna read the Windy Poplars together, so get on reading Anne of the Island. Also, the other book that I've read recently, or finished, which I just finished today, was Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Now, I have very mixed feelings on this book. The first like 50 pages I thought were okay. I was kind of getting into these characters and the sort of the familial relationships with the characters. And then about right after page 50, it got so boring, like so boring. I don't even know how to explain it, but it was just a slog, like to pick up the book to like force myself to read it. But I have this thing with classics. One, it's like a pretension because I'm like, yes, I did read Wuthering Heights. Thank you very much. Because look, I don't have much going for me, okay? So I have to at least pretend that I'm smart, okay? But beyond that, I just feel like classics are classics for a reason. So if I'm gonna pick one up, I kind of accept that they may not be like the most entertaining or even like my specific cup of tea, but I want to, finish them out because I just feel like I need to know why they're classics, why they've, stood the test of time. So about halfway through, a little over halfway through, I was like, I can't do this. I cannot keep reading this. I'm so bored. So I decided to try to switch to the audiobook, and that was the best decision. Now, I don't know if how I feel about the book now is because of the audiobook necessarily, or if it's just because the book actually gets better, but I quite enjoyed the ending of the book, like the last half of it, or the back half of the book. I really liked it. I thought I will say that with the audiobook, you can really get the emotion, hear the like anger in their voices and the snark, and I think it's easier to tell who is talking all of the time. I found that a little bit difficult in this book to know exactly who was talking and about whom they were talking, because it's really just two main families, and it's the well, in this book it takes place in the late 1700s, so there's like intermarrying and stuff that's weird nowadays. So it's hard to know who was who when they were speaking about one person, especially by their last name, because they kind of all had the same last name. I mean, not really, but kind of. So I just enjoyed it at the end. Like the main characters, Catherine and Heathcliff, and this is not even a book that it's worth like explaining the plot, because it's not, not really much to it. It's really a character story, and it's about really terrible, terrible people. Like Catherine and Heathcliff, I guess, are the main characters, and they are the worst. The worst. And if this is classified as a love story, I don't get it, because it's there. No, there are books now that get so much hate for like domineering men or men that interfere with women's lives, and Heathcliff would take the cake. I mean, he is just, nothing about him is good. Now when he goes into sort of his soliloquies about how much I love Catherine or yada yada yada, like you kind of feel that he has some emotion, but no, not really. That doesn't like say okay for the way that he treats multiple characters in the book. Like it's pretty rough. But I feel like the ending is good. I liked just I don't know if it's poetic necessarily, but the language, you know, is a little tougher to read because it's not like our normal speaking English that we do now, but it's very like ethereal. Like some of the words that she uses really evoke an emotion. You know, like to say, oh, I said bye to that person, or I got rid of that person in my life. No, the word that Emily Bronte uses is annihilate. Like that evokes a serious emotional response, and I really liked that. So I basically settled on a 3-star rating. Do I recommend this book to really anyone? No. If you're super into classics and you just want to read classic literature, definitely read it. I feel like it's one people talk about all the time. If you're looking, if you really just want like, I want to read about a character that I absolutely hate, and this is a book for you. Overall, this is not a book that I would really recommend, but I guess with the roller coaster of emotion, I kind of enjoyed it. So that's my kind of thoughts on Wuthering Heights. Have you read this? Do you recommend it? Are there other Victorian novels that you have read? Because it's still like a time period that I've not really read. Like outside of reading Christmas Carol earlier, I've never read any other Charles Dickens. I've never read like Thomas Hardy or Anthony Trollope. Those are authors I've just never picked up because I don't know, I just never have. So is there a Victorian novel that you could recommend that you would say is easy to read and it's good? Because I'm a little nervous to read anything else. I'm really just kind of scared of reading any of the Bronte sisters anymore. I feel like this has put me off for quite some time. So that's that. I hope this was enlightening for somebody. And I guess I will see you in my next video.